Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM 106.3 on the telephone line. I've got our book reviewer, Ralph McAllister. Good morning, Ralph.
Yes, good morning, and such a glorious morning. It was 2 degrees here when I woke up this morning.
Well, it was a bit chilly, but we don't mind it if we get days like this, do we?
Oh, no, I've just poured my coffee. I'm talking to you, and after I finish that, I'm going to the beach.
Right, that sounds ideal. I'm going to go down to the beach this afternoon. It's low tide this afternoon, so I'll go down for a gallop there. Hey, listen, I was not talking to you last week because I did the early shift, but just going back to the Pink Hammer, I know you most probably reviewed it with John, but I must say it was a wonderful show. I enjoyed it. What was your thoughts on it?
Well, listen, I'll send you my review, which was less than fulsome. I didn't like it nearly as much as you obviously did at half-time when you were talking to us. And I thought many things. But I'll tell you what, I'll send you my review and we might have another chat about it next week.
Okay.
They've wonderfully quoted me in the Dominion saying, many will be delighted another place seeing ourselves as other seers. But, of course, they don't quote the things that I didn't like about it. And, of course, every other critic has thought it was great, including you. So I'm on a majority of one there.
Oh, that's okay. But you take it from a professional point of view. I go along not knowing what I'm going to see and just sit back and relax and enjoy. But, of course, it's very hard for you because you've got to critique the show and you're looking for things that are good and bad about it. Well, not so much bad. That's not quite the right word. But those things that don't quite meet up to your standards.
Well, of course, I had 10 years doing the drama
yes.
for data criticism for the Dominion, and I was looking at some old reviews the other day, and I realised, gosh, I could be harsh. I could also be very fulsome in my praise. But I thought, did I really write this when I see a big headline in the Dominion over a play of mine saying 2 hours of tedium? Now, how would you like to have that when you're going to be in a show for a month and some idiot McAllister says that your show is full of 2 hours of tedium? Not a very encouraging line, eh?
No, well, I suppose you've got to put down what you actually see, Ralph, and that's what it's all about. You've got to be honest, haven't you?
Well, I think so, and obviously I don't want people, if they respect my opinion, I want them to pay money, good money, to go to see something that they're probably going to enjoy.
Yes.
And lots of people are going to the Pink Hammer, I'm sure. So good luck to them, because actors have got to, designers got to get a living wage.
Yes.
And, of course, Circa's existed on that cooperative basis for the last 40 years. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to put people off, but I did with the review because some people were ringing me and saying, oh, dear,
Oh, right. Oh, dear. Righto, Ralph. We better have a look at the book then. What have you got for us today?
Well, Paul Cleave, that's as in Cleaver, Paul Cleave is a New Zealand author, and he's a very fine thriller writer. And I've read quite a few of his, and he's done about 9 of them. And they're all set in New Zealand and Christchurch. Oh. And he's much more popular overseas than he is in New Zealand. Yes. He sells hugely over there. It's thrilling, this one, but what I picked it up for it's called Whatever It Takes. It's by Paul Cleave, Cleave. And it's for the first one of his 10 books that he's set in America. And he decided to do that because of the geographic limitations or differences about New Zealand. But he's reassured his readers to go back to New Zealand in the next year or so. This is a thriller about a man who saved, as a deputy and a sheriff, he saved a young girl by crossing some lines that he shouldn't have. And because of that, he gets kicked out of his job. And he goes off, leaving the woman that's his wife, and he sets up a bar in a further town or miles away. And 12 years later, they say, please come back to Acacia. We've got another problem. And so he goes back with much reticence, and he gets embroiled in more drama, more bodies, more terrible things happening. So again, it's a very tightly written plot, Nigel, but it's not for the squeamish. It's not for the faint-hearted. There's a great deal of violence in it, but not gratuitous. It's all there for a reason.
Yes.
And I must say, I like his work very much, and I always get a bit. That's why I wanted to mention it this morning, because I don't think most New Zealanders even know he's a New Zealander, So I would warmly recommend this, if you like thrillers, good plotting, lots of violence, and also retribution, mostly at the end.
I believe he might be an award-winning author too, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's got the Niomash, I think, several times.
Right.
He's been nominated for different Edgars and the Barrys in Australia, and so he's not unknown. But I'd like to get him more readers here in New Zealand. That's one of the reasons we're talking about him this morning.
Right. Yeah, and he's not all that old either.
He's not. That's right. He's got a lot of writing ahead of him, and he loves doing it. And he says he will go on and thanks his fans all the time. So, I wouldn't mind saying hello to him sometime. Perhaps when he comes. I was in Unity yesterday and talking to Tilly, and they're having a great busy time at the moment.
Yes.
And might see if he's coming up to launch this one. It's just come out. It's at Paper Plus, and it's $37.99. I'm just looking at the price now.
Right. Whatever It Takes, Paul Cleave, New Zealand author, and he writes thrillers. All right then, Ralph. Well, you enjoy that coffee and get on down to the beach, and we'll chat to you next Wednesday.
You've twisted my arm.
Thank you. Right.
Okay. Thanks,
Nigel. Ralph. Ralph McAllister there with his book review today.
106.3 Beach FM.